Are you testing or we're good?
Hello, hello, hello.
Are we live right now?
If you see one person, if you see a number there, then we know we are live. We are live.
Now we are live.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Happy Easter.
Where's the one that is printed?
Happy Easter.
Tag your friends.
Yes.
It's about that time. It's about to go down.
Yes. So today we are talking about blended families, and the definition varies a lot from one family to another. We don't have a blended family.
No.
So-
not that I know of.
Maybe you have. So we are using let me share. We are using people's opinions, and he went and he did his own homework,
Little research.
a little research for us to use, because we've never experienced a blended family, but we have seen. So tag your friends, go to our page, like the page, and share,
Did you put the...
and invite your friends.
You normally put
Okay.
your tag, or what do you do?
Hashtag, I'm going to put it.
No, just to share with your friends.
Yeah, I'm going to put it. Yeah.
All right.
So call your friends so we can talk about, if you have a blended family, log in.
If you're the expert,
Yeah.
I want
And
to hear
tell
you.
us, yes, what you've experienced, the advantages, disadvantages, what you can advise the new people that are going into this now,
The blended family.
to the blended family. So, as we wait for the rest of the people, we are going to, I think we will start with the definition.
Yeah, but let's wait. We only have 3 or 4 people. So probably well.
If you wait,
I hope
it takes
you guys,
out of your time.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no need to wait.
Well, the only
We'll come
thing
and
is,
watch later.
I hope you guys are enjoying the music. We have, because it's Pasaka, we have some kind of gospel music in the background. If you guys can hear it.
We
Okay.
told them Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. Happy Pasaka, Easter. No, what is Monday? Friday is Good Friday. Then Easter Monday or Sunday?
Did you figure out?
I think it's somebody should tell us. It's Good Friday, and it has to be Monday,
And Cyber Monday.
not Cyber Monday. No, that's for shopping. It's Good Friday and Easter Monday. So actually today is Sunday. Tomorrow is Easter Monday. That's when Christ resurrected. I think so. Yeah. Okay. So I guess we can start with this because that's a good number. There we have at least 14 people. Welcome. Today, as she said before, we're going to talk about a blended family. Disclaimer first.
We are not counselors.
Mm-hmm.
We are not therapists.
We're not professionals.
We are not professionals.
We're not marriage counselors.
We are not any experts. We are just a couple that have chosen to come and share
Mm-hmm.
and have a discussion. For the newcomers, we have 4 children, ages 21, 18, 15, and 8.
9.
Or May, next month.
Oh.
Turn 9.
Oh, I pushed him a little bit.
Yes.
Okay,
And we
8.
love family. We have a lot of love for the family. And we thought we should open a nice discussion where we come and learn from one another, because we are in that journey of raising our children, for those ones who have children. And if we come here, we can share ideas and learn and mentor other people who are coming from behind us. And again, we've been married for 26, it's been 26 years.
Mm-hmm.
And we've had all the
26
challenges.
long or short years.
We've had all the challenges that all the couples have. But this discussion we are having today, we've never dealt with blended families, but we have families that are blended in our families. More so, I shouldn't even say that. Even you shouldn't even say that, because you know the definition of blended
I'm going to
families
read it.
vary.
Yes.
I come from a blended family. A polygamous family
Is a blended family. Yeah, I think so, yeah. That's true.
You have a sister that you don't share mother. That is a blended
Exactly.
family.
I was going to say the same thing.
So when we talk about blended families, I think most of the time our mind goes to people who are remarrying or
Exactly.
a dead spouse. But I grew up with 2 stepmothers and 21 siblings. So I was in a blended family where we are sharing one father, and we grew up in like more of a group setting. So that's a blended family.
Yes, and more. It's more of family living together, because you can have a blended family if you don't know them, you're not living with them. It's not a blended family.
Yes.
So it's more of you end up in one setting.
Yes, because for my case, although my dad was a polygamist, we all lived in one house. So my sisters and I were in one house with the dad. So
that was a blended
the challenges we faced is similar to the challenges the other families who are blended fall into. Blended families can also mean that you're married and you're marrying someone with children.
Remarrying.
Yeah.
Yes.
A blended family also can mean pets. You know, like when you have animals, that you bring your dogs and I bring my dogs, and we are getting married. Now that we love dogs, we know what it means.
That now is on the other side. No,
because you don't know that, you've not experienced. The people that love dogs come into the marriage with dogs. Or when you're together, you can own a dog, and then when you get divorced, then now, you have issues with the dog, because if I'm married to you, then you move with the dog. Every now and then, if I want to see the dog,
you have to come. You have to come.
And your spouse has to allow me to come and see the dog. I know people don't really take these things seriously, but if you love pets, they're just like children. So if you've separated or you're divorced or you're coming into a marriage, you're coming with pets. How those pets are treated is also an issue. And then there's the blended families where your ex-husband, your ex-wife is part of the family. Even after we are divorced, when I remarry, you're going to be part of my family.
Yeah, but when you remarry, you will start a blended family on that side.
Yes, but you're going to be...
Depending on if you took the kids.
No, but you're going to be coming to me to pick my children.
But I don't live with you.
No, so that's what I'm saying. You don't have to live with me for you to be a part of my family. Because you will be coming to get my kids.
Yeah.
My kids are going to be leaving my house to come to you, to your new spouse.
Yeah.
So the ex-lovers or the partner,
the exes,
they are part of the blended family.
Okay.
The in-laws are part of the blended family. So now me and you are divorced, and your sisters and my husband's sisters, like they are part of that family, even if you're no longer together. So they make that family, although you're not living in the same house.
Yeah. So I think I guess to set everything straight, the blended family that we're talking about today is more of the married ones where they're living together.
No. I gave you the definition.
So let me just read the definition that I found of a blended family.
Yeah.
This is what I found. And for this particular one, they're talking about remarrying.
That's what you have.
So it says like this. A blended family is defined as a family made of 2 parents and their children from previous marriages. Okay? 2 parents and their children from previous marriages. So both parents that are meeting have been given the kids. Maybe 1 or 2, I don't know, but they have the kids. Okay? Then they join together. So that's the definition of a blended family. That's the one that I found, that I thought...
This particular person that you found, whoever put that data together, that is their definition.
Yes, I understand. Yeah.
But you see, they didn't put polygamous.
Yeah.
They didn't put pets.
I wasn't even thinking about the polygamous, so we'll talk about that.
But it's a blended family.
It is a blended family.
Yes. But this, your person, that is the focus they had. Somebody with children. But if you have like in Kenya, we have polygamous families. A writer in Kenya will put polygamous families in blended families.
Yes.
This is an American family. I think you took that study.
If anybody,
we are Kenyans.
Yeah.
Try to focus on Kenyans.
We are Kenyans, yeah.
Kenyans, we are polygamous.
If anybody remembers, I don't know if there are older people here. If you there was a show used to be called the Brady Bunch. Okay, that was the first time that we actually saw a blended family.
Yeah.
Being portrayed in TV. The Brady Bunch was the man came with 3 boys.
Yeah.
And the woman came with 3 girls.
Yeah.
And they had to blend. So that was the perfect definition of a blended family.
Yes.
According to
the show. And to that the show was American.
And also to the American audience, that's a blended family. Yes.
So again, the studies that I looked at, they were asking the question. Yeah, I am. They were asking the question that do blended families work? In the study that Google puts out there, or most of the people that I looked out there, they said over 60% fail.
Yes.
Up to that's a slightly over. So it's easy to say they don't work, but there is a percentage that works. So most of the time, these families do work, but they have a lot of challenges. Although people cannot stop remarrying and marrying because of the challenges that they face with blended families.
Okay.
And that takes us back in the day where the children, if you married a woman with a child, they abused the child and called the child a bastard.
Yes, that was a common name.
Yes. So if that was very, very challenging, marrying a woman with children, because now those children have to be accepted to the new family. But at the same time, there are people right now that I know, I see it on social media all the time, that are sure they are not marrying people with children.
To them, it's just too much work.
It's just a headache.
Yes.
So blended families are not for everybody. So that means before you get into it, you really have to think about it.
Do your research. Do
your homework, and decide if this is what you want to do. Because if it's not something you want to do, you're going to find out things that you didn't know.
But again, you shouldn't be afraid. I mean, if you're looking at the statistics, it says 60%. Even marriages, if you look at statistics, most marriages will fail. Yeah. So you can't be afraid to go in because of the statistics. But at least
last time we said,
do your homework. Do your homework.
Yes.
And figure
plan
out
ahead of time.
Plan exactly what.
Yeah.
So let's talk about.
No, I was going to
challenges.
I'll go first.
About the challenges.
The challenges. So I have a list of the challenges that blended families go through. So I'll go through mine. Yours are going to come later.
Yes.
Okay, because now you're solving the problem.
Ladies first.
And by the way, I wore colors, just in case you didn't look at me. This is colors.
Yes.
When you put a blended family is like an art. You have to master it.
Colors,
So you have to master it. If colors are put together well, they will bring out beauty after they have been put in together.
Yeah.
And that is how they do the tie and dye. Tie and dye is many colors put together to bring out beauty, when really it's a mix of everything. When you have a mix of everything to bring out, like now this beautiful shirt, this is a blended family.
Me, I went plain.
You went plain. You're not blended.
Blue.
You're solid.
I'm solid.
You're the traditional family that is just mother, father, and children. But myself, I'm blended in. You can see the pink, you can see the yellow,
the
red, everything is in there. And that blends everything. So it's nice and colorful. It looks good. I even have orange and everything. So I'm going to go through the challenges that blended families go through. And if you have points,
put them on.
Let us know the challenges that you know, or your family has faced when you got married or you married someone with children. What happened? So I will start with the challenges. Number 1 is discipline. It's even hard to know who's supposed to discipline who. Number 2 is boundaries, like when and where. You have a lot of families, blended families, don't have boundaries when they are going to, where they're going to go, how far can they push it. Number 3 is abuse. there's a lot of sexual abuse. There's a lot of emotional abuse.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of physical abuse to stepchildren or pets or whatever you want to call, or step parents, where your stepmom is really abusing you for no explainable reason,
Like
but
favoring.
they just don't like.
Like favoring.
Yes. And then there's respect, where the children do not respect their stepfather or stepmother, zero respect. And another challenge that a lot of children face is the way the new spouse was brought, how you introduce me to your new wife.
Mm-hmm.
And after you've introduced her to my children, the way you introduce them, the children will never accept them. It could be the timing, maybe your spouse died, or you went through a divorce, whichever way that you found yourself trying to date or marry someone who, with kids, the way you introduce your children is a big challenge. When and what time, how you're bringing this new spouse. I have a friend that was renting a house to someone in the house, and the guy was a roommate, and then she started dating the roommate. Then all of a sudden she told her children that, I'm expecting from so and so, and the child was like, what do you mean? He lives here. So that the daughter did not take that well, because that's how she was introduced to this new stepfather. The new stepfather was a tenant. Then now he turns out to be a stepfather. Even calling him dad, even having respect for him is going to be impossible. So how you introduce your new partner to your children is going to play a very big role. And then there's step-sibling rivalry, where I have my kids, you have your kids. And naturally, siblings have the natural rivalry where they just can't stand each other. So if I'm bringing my kids and you're bringing yours, so you can imagine this sibling rivalry is still going to continue. So how it's dealt with is always the biggest challenge, because these kids, sometimes they don't like each other. Attention. Sometimes I'm giving you too much attention. The new husband, I'm giving I could be giving my new stepchildren more attention than my own kids, because I'm trying to make my husband happy.
You're trying to win their love also.
And
Yes,
so now I neglect my kids because I'm trying to make my husband happy. So the attention is never directed to the kids properly. Happy Easter, Irene. And then expectations. There's high expectations where children think, now, if I've just divorced you, I'm bringing a new husband, my kids are expecting the new man
to be the same.
To be same. I left you.
No.
Same.
Whatever treatment they were getting.
No, from the father. I left you. You are a bad man.
Also, they need the
expectation of my new husband is going to be higher than what you've been doing. So they expect more than their actually biological father, who's not been performing or who was abusive. Now they start expecting this guy to be not a normal person compared to their dad.
That is not easy then.
Yes.
Not easy.
High expectations. And then the challenges, I spoke about the ex. Now the ex-husband, the ex-wife is part of the family. The ex is always fighting with the ex. The ex and the ex are always fighting. So you find that they fight, and then the children are caught in between. Where my new husband wants to discipline the children. Now you want to tell my husband not to discipline my kids.
Yes.
And now my new husband is the stepfather to the children. If the children are misbehaving, they should be told. But you don't want my new husband, who you're really disliking, to discipline the kids. So the ex always is the biggest challenge in the new blended families. There is no clear information also given to the family or to the children to know that this is that's what you're going to talk about, where you have a plan and you're saying, now we are becoming a blended family. Moving forward, this is how we are going to do things. So there is no clear information on what we are doing. People just move in and they start living, then there's chaos. There's never clear information on how the family is going to move forward. There is the challenge of deciding, am I putting my new husband first or my kids first? But most of the time you find that most of us will put our new spouse first, because your spouse comes first before your children.
Yes.
Even on a traditional family marriage, your children don't come first. People have that twisted all the time, where they're thinking that I come first, or I mean the kids come
The
first.
children will grow up and leave.
Yeah.
And they'll go.
But your spouse, in a
Yeah.
traditional marriage, your spouse comes first. So if I'm marrying another husband, it still needs to remain that he comes first.
Yeah.
But a lot of women more so will say their kids come first. So that can be a big conflict where they prioritize their kids first. There's the factor of jealous, where the children are jealous that I'm spending too much time with you, I'm going on vacations, we are holding hands, and we are actually doing things that we didn't do with the ex-husband. And the jealous kicks in, and the kids feel left out. And then there is the financial challenges, where my children, maybe we have children together, me and you have children together, the new husband, I came with kids, and then we have kids together, but my ex-husband has more money than the current husband. So my ex-husband is doing more financial things, like
To the
buying my
kids,
kids
to the kids,
sneakers,
yes, to the children.
and giving them exclusive vacations, doing more to my kids, the ex, compared to the current man. And for men, their ego is killed. If you're not able to make these other little kids that I have with you to have the expensive sneakers, because there's a phase that kids go through where good sneakers are important, vacations are important.
Sounds more like a divorce thing.
Yeah.
What you talked about last week. Okay.
Yeah. So you find that that finances can cause a big problem. It's a big challenge. And then the other thing is, when I have remarried, or now I have a new husband, my kids come to you on the weekend. When my kids are with you, you call my husband a bum with the new husband.
Or when they're there, when
they're with you.
Yeah.
So now, when they're with you, you're busy bad-mouthing them.
So when they come back, it's an issue.
Mudiani has said hello to you.
Hey,
You can
Mudiani.
see him.
Sasa mzee.
Tell him you've seen his comments.
Nimekuona, my people.
So
Happy
you're down about bad-mouthing my new husband to your children. So when your children come to me, I'm not able to discipline the kids because of what you've said to the child. So those are just a few things,
Challenges.
a few challenges that most couples, those are just like basic whatever list that I got, but there's more challenges that come up after even you've
Yes.
come together. So now you did your research on prepping.
Yeah. So I'm going to talk about planning the blended family, but there's one challenge that I saw here that you probably didn't talk about, and this one is very common back home when, especially now, when parents remarry or at a later stage.
Yeah.
Maybe the spouse has passed away, or they separated, where one of the new step parent is either younger than the kids or slightly older than the kids. So
Their age mates. Your father
yes. So
marries
your father goes back
and marries
remarries a ndogo,
a young girl that is
a young
your
one
age.
that is probably your age, and then now you're trying to blend that family.
Yeah.
They've said that's one of the hardest parts. That's one of the hardest part is to see somebody who's probably your age or even younger than you, and you're being forced to call them mom. Yeah. So that's one of the biggest challenges out there for a blended family. So,
I'm going to read Onyancha's comment before you continue.
Okay.
Onyanchoka Salome said, insecurity
And fear.
For a man with college,
For a mom.
for a mom with college-going girls in a new home, how will
the new dad
see them, his daughters, or someone's beautiful women? I think you see them as beautiful women in the home.
Yes. Because
hard.
it's hard. I think what they're saying is when you try to blend a family together, this person saw you first and they liked you.
Yeah.
When they come to the setting where you have older daughters,
Yeah.
it's very hard to distinguish between. Of course, he knows they are not his biological kids, and I think that's where the big challenge is. It's very easy for this person to start abusing or looking.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying it happens all the time, but it's very easy for that. What happens?
Yeah,
It's
continue.
very easy for that to occur. Okay, so I think I put in one of the main issues which happens in Kenya, and that's about the age difference. Here they were talking about there may be children with birthdays closer to one another, but I don't think that's a big issue. Where when you blend, you have kids with the same birthday, and it might be the kids are used to having their birthdays by
Alone.
themselves, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you
Because
might
they were
blend.
not twins.
Yes, you might blend and get somebody else with the same birthday. So that's one of the things.
So then you decide, you try to prioritize to
Yes.
see who's
Okay. So this is what I found about if you're planning. Now I'm talking about people who want to
intentional. People who are
who are
intentional.
are going to start a blended family. Okay. So the first thing they say, okay, is if you blend real quickly, so they tell you to try to date for at least 2 years, okay? Because if you just make the changes real quick after you have, this is assuming that the blended family is coming from a divorce. So once you divorce, they advise you to wait at least 2 years before you start a blended family.
Okay.
Because they're saying if you just do it immediately, that there are too many changes, the kids cannot deal with that. Where they just went through a divorce and then you bring somebody else immediately. So it says that it's too much for the kids. They can't settle down easily when they're seeing so many changes are happening to them. Okay. Another thing they're saying is don't expect to fall in love with your partner's children overnight. So if you're planning to get into a blended family, expect that it will take a while for the kids to accept you, or the other way around, or the other kids, for the other person's kids to accept you, and your kids to accept the other person. So they're telling you if you're planning for it, know that it's going to take a while for that to happen. Another thing they're saying is you find ways to experience real life together. Okay, so they're saying taking both sets of kids to a theme park every other day or every time. So instead of try to blend and start doing things as a normal family from day one.
Yeah.
Because if you're still trying to say, oh, this mine, they used to love to go camping, this one didn't like to go camping, you're still separating them. Okay? So they need to they need to blend together real quick. They're saying make parenting changes before you marry. So agree with your new partner how you intend to parent together. Okay, so if you've agreed that both of you are going to discipline the kids the same way.
Okay.
Not one doing what you used to do before and something different. Don't allow ultimatums. Your kids or new partner may put you in a situation where you feel you have to choose between them. And I think you talked about this as challenges. But you should plan to know that once you get into the marriage, there are no ultimatums. If you decide all of you are doing one thing, you go with that flow. Okay? Insist on respect. We also talked about that. So as you're planning for to blend the family, insist on respect. And respect is not about, it shouldn't be about age. So even a young person who's 12 years old, show them the respect. That way they'll give you back the respect the same way you decide to get your respect. Okay. Limit your expectations. You talked about that. Know that nothing is going to be perfect. Limit your expectations. Where if you are going to again going back to the boundaries, if you're going to say things have to be done by a certain time, if one person doesn't do that, or the other couple that came in is not doing what you planned, know that it's bound to happen. So your expectation should be a little bit. Don't put it very high. Just limit your expectations. That's it in terms of planning for blending a family.
Okay. Actually, you kind of went through.
Yeah, I went through everything. What are the
disadvantages?
Could you look at the comments? Anything else?
No, Rose said hello.
Rosa.
Yeah, hello. And the other thing is, after you bring a blended family together, divorce again. What do they call those ones?
When you go times 2.
Yeah, those are like more than blended family.
Well, it's still But now the thing is, I think here's how it's going to happen. If you're a blended family and you divorce, you don't take the kids with you, the other ones. You still go with your kids. So once you live there and you go and start another family, it's going to be the same thing.
But did you know the
unless after you blend, you get a kid, you
Together.
share. Yes. That's going to be
now
a
you
little
know
bit
the part I forgot to mention. A woman with 4 kids with 4 men. Can that fall under blended family? Because these children are dealing with 2 or 3 different dads, and it can be hard to parent them when every dad is different.
So even the other way around, a man with, as they call them here, 4 baby mamas. Yeah?
Yeah.
So that's still blended. So what's your question?
Or I said, can that fall under the blended family?
Yes.
Because now
I think so, yeah.
they are not sharing dads, and every dad is doing different things for their child. That can also cause a problem.
That one is tough.
Okay. So I always hear a lot of women say this. I was speaking to my friend, and she said to me, if the man doesn't love her kids, then she can't marry the man.
If the man
love her kids. So she was trying to say that her and her kids have to like the man for her to marry the man. Okay?
So it's like the kids giving her the green light.
They are the ones helping her choose a spouse, which to me, I felt it was kind of wrong, because even in a traditional family, the children tend not to like their dad most of the time, because there's a way that men rub the kids. So
how do we rub them?
So can you imagine if I had to decide, if I had to tell, if my kids now had a choice not to like you, then they won't like you. So for this lady to decide that for her children have to help her pick a spouse, I think that is a very big challenge. And number 2, I asked her, once you get into the marriage, the kids have approved the man. You've had a wedding. Actually, you have a church wedding.
Then the man changes.
Then no, it changes. Once you start living with someone is when you're going to know the person.
Exactly, yeah. That's what I say.
There's discipline issues. There's accountability issues. There are so many issues that come up as a parent that this stepfather is going to bring to this child. So now, after like 2 years of marriage, these kids don't like this man. Because this man's drive is totally different than their father. So does she divorce? Does she divorce this man now because her children don't like the
I don't know about divorce, but even from the get-go, it was wrong for her to base the condition that the man
must love
the kids.
No. Yeah, like the children.
Or the children have to like the man.
Children. Actually, it's vice versa. The man has to like her kids, and the kids have to love the man.
The man will end up pretending.
So now, in another way, in other words, you are having your children pick a spouse.
Pick a spouse for you.
Yes. Okay. Good topic, but also different societies, few that issue differently or view issues differently. For example, Luya kids belong to a man.
Yes. Somebody says, when the
Luya kids Luya kids belong to a man's family. Kikuyu mtoi ni wa mama. Kisi pia otoi ni wa mama. Yes. So culture, that's what I was trying to tell you when you were talking about blended families. Blended families in Africa, the definition might vary compared to America. Because in Kisii, those days, when the man was done with you,
but you see,
with the children.
The way it used to work was, and again, we were talking about the culture. So a long time ago, they never used to mix marriages. There were very few mixed marriages. So it used to work perfectly, because if the Luya man divorces and takes the kids, if he's going to marry a Luya woman who's divorced, the Luya woman doesn't have the kids. The husband took the kids.
Nobody's coming with children.
Exactly.
In fact, you are getting into marriage without children.
Okay, so before the mixed marriages, it was working perfectly for the Luyas.
Yeah.
But I think now that they have mixed marriages, so if you have a Luya married to Kisii, then there will be a fight. Because the Luya man wants to take the kids, because that's their tradition. The Kisii woman wants to go with the kids, because that's their tradition.
Yeah.
Then there's a conflict. Yeah.
In fact, there was an auntie of mine, long time ago. She was bold enough not to stay in abusive marriages. She was bold, because she must be in her 80s now. She moved in each marriage. She moved with the kids. And she conditioned the new man that I'm coming with kids. You know,
Yes.
and the men were okay until finally she landed a good husband. But back then, they never used to get married again. They would just go back to their home and
The
just
kids.
stay there.
The kids.
More so if you had boys. Nobody wanted to marry a woman with boys. So you can imagine that anybody who had a son, there was no chance for them to find a husband.
Yes. Yes.
But now those things are changing.
Those things are gone.
Are changing slowly. So I was saying the people who have this, like here in America, who have different children with different dads, I see the biggest challenge is always financial and the drive, where one dad is giving the child exotic vacations and doing all these kinds of things, while the other dad can barely, pay bills. So that also can be a challenge for a lot of children. Let me see what they're...
Yeah, this blended thing it's not easy. It's very
not
tough.
easy. But I think it's good to be intentional. It's good to decide and make up your mind if it's something you want to do.
And research and take your time.
Yes.
Take your time.
Yeah.
because-
Going in it blindly without thinking about it, you face more challenges because you're finding out everything on the ground. Just like marriage. Even marriage, if you don't take time to research the person you're marrying, you'll find out things you're like, you know what, I should have known this, I should have known that, why didn't I find out this? So before you go into the marriage with the children or with the pets, at least do your own homework and know what's expected of you. Because what I know, even regular marriages where you, like now me and you, we have our kids, still all these issues are issues.
Yeah.
The discipline issues,
Yeah.
the financial issues, where the kid feels like they can come and ask me something. If I say no, they'll come
jump
to
on the
me.
other side, yeah.
Or where the child can say he's leaving the house, and me, I want him to leave the house, and you're saying they can
stay. Yeah.
They can stay.
Can stay.
So even almost the same, the families, the traditional families, we still have challenges of parenting children.
Yeah.
Now you're going to blame them with a stepfather is another issue. Then the other thing is where we badmouth the ex-husband.
When they come to visit.
No, I'm just in my house. Dad, that's why it's
The
hard to
women.
marry. Yes, it's hard for me to marry a man after I've left you. He has to hear how bad you are. Like it's like
All the
his
time.
daily dose.
That's gonna be.
And I have to subject him to listen to me, telling him how bad you are.
Yeah.
Imagine it comes so natural. He was this. Oh, if you do something, you'll be like, you remind me of my husband. If you do something, oh, my husband did that.
And the men, we don't do that.
No.
We don't. Once,
No,
once,
no.
Once you
They
remarry,
do.
no. Once you remarry.
Oh,
we
no,
don't-
they
We
do.
don't start telling the other woman.
No,
you
no,
remind
no,
me
no,
of.
they
no.
do.
No,
They do.
They don't.
Oh, that one we can even
That's
vote.
another topic then.
That
Let
one we
them
can,
vote. I'm telling
we
you,
can vote.
most men, once they remarry, they're not going
We
to
are
be
talking
telling a
about
woman.
men nowadays. They cry.
These ones.
They
Leave
cry.
the new ones. They're not.
I know men who are born in the 60s crying, 50s. They cry to the new spouse.
Yeah.
Every time you're doing something, they're bringing the story of the ex. Every time, oh,
If she was bad.
regardless, no. It could go both ways.
No, if she was bad, they
No.
no way.
It could be good, it could be
If she
bad.
was good and you're the one who made or whatever happened, it was on your side the fault, then probably they'll be crying.
No. Now you've divorced me.
And now we've gone off topic.
No, it's not off topic.
Yeah.
You've divorced me, right? And you get your new wife, right?
There's no way I'm gonna be
It's
telling
not
her.
off topic. You want me to bring you back why it's not off topic? Now, after you bring your new spouse, you keep saying how bad I was to your new wife.
Unless I'm trying, no.
No, listen, you are not thinking you can do that.
Yeah.
But a lot of people do that. So you keep saying how bad I am to your new spouse.
Am I trying to win her by
Who?
telling you how bad you are?
You know you've never done it, so you don't know. Let
Yeah,
me tell
that's
you.
okay.
Me, I can tell you because you don't know. You've never had friends, family who have been divorced. They tell you.
Enlighten me.
When you marry, you're going to keep telling that new wife, penny this, penny that. They say it all the time.
Yeah.
And if you marry a dead one, like where the wife died, they will always cry. Oh, you know if Penny was here. Oh, if, you don't know that because you've not experienced that. But I can tell you from my male friends that you're almost always going to be talking about your ex without thinking about my children. You understand? You badmouth me all the time to your wife, but my kids are there with you all the time. You understand? Now,
They'll end up starting
they end up hating the woman because you're constantly talking about me to your new spouse.
Yes.
And even me now, when I'm with my new husband, I'm busy telling my kids, oh, you know how lazy your dad was? He could never fix anything. Remember your dad this, remember your dad that? So I'm hating, and these are your children. Okay? So, moving on to the next point.
That's the blended right there.
The thing that I wanted to really say, a big thing for me that I have seen a lot of people go through that is so bad that they look back and they wish somebody told them, including my own family members. Once you go through a divorce, you need to remember that the divorce is between you and your
the spouse. Yes. Nothing to do with your kids.
Nothing to do with your mother-in-law. Nothing to do with your sister-in-law. Number two, you need to remember, after these children grow, after these children grow and they're getting married and they're having grandkids, my children's grandkids are your grandkids. Okay? When my daughter is getting married, I'm attending the wedding as the mother. You are attending the wedding as the father.
Yes.
Okay? If my child is sick, my adult child, if something happens to my adult child, I'm going to my adult child as the mother. You're coming to the child as the father. A lot of people, when they divorce
and they remarry
before they're not remarried.
We're talking about now the blend. Okay.
Yeah. A lot of people, after they've been divorced and they are no longer with someone, when the children are small, they tend to hate one another. They dislike each other a lot without realizing that you are together until death do you part. Whether you go to the court and get divorced, whether you don't want to see each other. I saw a couple that got divorced. Like all the time. When I got here, they divorced in 1994. And the woman put the man on child support. Once the man was put on child support, he cut the ties with the children. He was so upset.
Yeah.
And he did not talk to this woman. Fast forward 20 plus years later, they have grandkids now. Once the children started going through the life of adults, being adults, the woman is older, the man is older, the divorce has been over, but they lost 15 years of communication or 20 years of communication because he went and married, she didn't marry, she didn't like his new wife. They could not blame the family. They were not intentional. So this man was missing in raising his children. So the children were stuck with the mom all that time. Now these children are adults and they have zero relationship with their father because their father, and this is a common thing with men, after they marry the new wife, they focus on the new wife and the new kids. The new wife and the new kids are as legit as your ex-wife. Those children that you had in the first marriage are the same children you are having in the second marriage. And then when we go back to polygamy, our fathers back then, most people who are polygamous favored the youngest wife. And you know, the other time I asked you, why would someone choose to be a polygamist and then favor the youngest wife? And you say the youngest wife kind of tends to tender to the man, so he's blinded and he focuses on his kids.
Yes.
It's the same thing when you're divorced and you're starting a family and you're blending your family with another family. Let us not forget that we have children, we have a lifetime bond. It's not going to change. It doesn't change you being my children's dad after I've divorced you. If you remember that my divorce has nothing to do with the children,
Yeah.
you will co-parent better. You will blend the families better. You know what I mean? You will not have so much resentment that you're bringing into your new marriage. You understand? A lot of men have this tendency to
Yeah. So
to forget about their kids, to not want they are hateful to the ex-wife. Kenyan men are not able to come into terms that their ex-wife is remarrying.
yeah.
They can't.
So the thing is,
And the last time you said is the ego.
yeah. What do you mean the ego? I think so. The thing is, for this particular person you're talking about, they should have tried to blend the family.
Forget about not even
No,
blend.
no.
Forget about the divorce. Think about the kids.
Like I'm saying, they
Yeah.
should have tried to blend the family. Should have known, okay, I'm divorced. I'm divorced on this side. Although there's the child support, it should have at least included these kids to come and meet the other new kids and blend.
Because
Let them know
they're
real
brothers and a
sisters,
sister.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
But they
So-
spend so much time. Even now, Abu, as we speak, a lot of people here in America who are divorced and co-parenting, in fact, they are blindly fighting each other. They think somebody takes the kids and holds the kids hostage the whole weekend.
Yes.
I call the kids, you don't want me to call the kids. You call the kids, I don't want you to call the kid to call. I'm telling you, if my kids are in my house this weekend, don't call my house. Okay?
Yeah.
If you feel the need to come and take the child, if the child calls and say, hey mom, can I go to McDonald's? And I call you, I say, Abu, can I come take Simi out to McDonald's? You say no. So I want to speak to the parents. In fact, I shouldn't be looking at you. Let me look at the parents.
Yes.
I want to look at the parents and tell you, we've not been in the situation, but we have seen people who have been in the situation. When you break up with someone and you're starting a blended family, you must always remember that your children have nothing to do with your divorce. Your children have nothing to do with the new family that you're starting. Don't hate one another. Don't badmouth one another. And you forget that you have a lifetime bond, which is your children. You know, I mentioned the dogs.
Yeah.
The dogs die earlier. Okay? But your children,
We'll be there.
they will be there. And when you're going to be in the nursing home, when you're going to be old, when you're
Yes.
going to be sick,
Especially in America.
especially in this country.
You will be looking for those
Actually,
kids.
it's not even here, Abu.
Everywhere.
It's around the world.
Yes.
Money, the care that you give your parents is not the same care the caregiver you pay to care for the parents. I can pay a caregiver to take care of my mother, okay? But the
that's their
care
job. That is
I
their
give
job.
my mom is different.
Yes.
Your daughter, when we put you in the nursing home, Simi will come with the husband to hold the caregivers responsible for your care and advocate for you. Because what I see with a lot of men, I don't see you guys thinking that sooner or later you're going to be sick. Sooner or later you're going to be needing help. So these children are your investment. Because money is not going to give you some of the things that you need. Caregivers are paid 8 hours, they leave. But
So done.
for your parents, what I've learned with my mom is advocacy is more than anything. The professionals are paid, the cameras you can put, but advocating for your parents is key. Now, a lot of men die early because they neglected the children, and those children are not there
For them.
for them.
Yes.
And you know, now all of a sudden you neglected your children, all of a sudden now you want care. You see, these blended families, these children, like in the Kenyan community, we have a lot of problems where even they are called the government officials, the MCAs, the MPs, you know, big people, big government leaders. Yeah? We have leaders who fought with the wife and now they don't take care of the kids. You understand?
Yeah.
I don't know about Ukambani, but Kisii is very common. You find a whole MCA, you find a whole MP, you find a leader, a successful leader that does not have time with their children. And it is the stepfather. It is the stepfather that ends up raising these children in that blended family. And when these children become successful, you will see that man trying to accuse the mother.
Yep. Even here, once the kids go to the NBA, the parents want to come in. Yeah, but I mean, it's not easy to have that blended family. So I think the bottom line is you need to put the extra work or resources to have a successful blended family. It's not easy. Yes.
So Joy is saying this is sad and true. Most Americans are understanding, but other cultures, they are terrible, especially the African men. They feel like they own you. Yes, after divorce, it's like you can't remarry. It's like they hate your kids. Like, in fact, in the Kisii culture, it's totally different. Once you're divorced, they don't have anything to do with your kids.
So it's more of a culture thing.
Yeah. It's right there by the. Yeah, it's culture. Rose is saying, what about a boyfriend who? Mommy, it's right by the water fountain.
What about
a boyfriend who impregnates a girl and decides to marry her? Not to marry her. The house goes ahead
and marry a different lady.
Should he bring the former girlfriend's child to meet?
Oh, so now this is again. I think she's talking about still blending.
You had a girlfriend. He didn't marry. She had a child. And you know, pregnancy is not a reason to marry somebody.
Yes.
So now Rose is thinking that now when you start the new family, you have to introduce the child to your new wife.
That's your child.
It's a child.
Yeah. In fact, by the time you're marrying that wife, you should have known that you have another kid somewhere else.
Yeah.
So by the time,
a child.
Yeah, so
I said the other time, a child born out of a beautiful wedding and a child born out of a one-night stand.
Still a child.
Both children.
Yes.
And they both deserve the love that father can give. So if you're living with me and you're buying my children sneakers, if you go out right now and cheat and make a child,
I should buy that child sneakers.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Because it is so sad that children don't ask to be born. Children don't ask to find themselves in these situations, but they find themselves in this situation. So, as we wind up, we just went over the things, the few challenges that blended families face, but children should be prioritized, meaning
should be number one.
Meaning you're raising them, you're shaping them to future leaders. You're giving them a jump start, to start life. So you have to find a way to get along for your family to stay solid. Otherwise, history is just going to repeat itself.
For your blended family to stay solid. Yes.
So
this was not an easy topic.
No, it's very difficult.
It's very difficult.
Yeah. But it's good to be intentional. I think for every marriage, for every relationship, for every family,
plan.
Intentional.
Be intentional of what you want to do.
Sit down and discuss some things, so that way you create boundaries from the beginning. The same way when you get married, you create boundaries for your marriage to be able to work. Is the same way you have to create boundaries for your blended family to work. Otherwise, it's not magic. It takes work. And more so, I think my worst thing is when there's abuse, where the man is abusing the wife is abusing the kids, is abusing the dogs. That is almost the worst.
Coming from the other side. And I think sometimes it looks like even just naturally, you'll want to give your own biological kids more than the other ones that came into the blended family. So sometimes I think the parents will be doing it without them knowing, or maybe they're not intentional, but it's happening.
No, but when I used to stay with my stepmom, I used to wonder, are they fair? I used to be
because you already know.
Yeah,
that's your stepmom.
Yeah.
So even if they're giving you the same food
chores.
or the same chores to you, because you already have that preset in your mind.
Yeah.
You'll think, oh, you're on your neck. You know, it's not being fair. So
Yeah.
it's not easy.
Yeah.
Blended families are not easy. So whoever has them right now and it's working, kudos to them.
Yeah, it's
And
the most difficult
because
time.
it has to be. It's not easy.
I think you, like, when you're working with a stepfather or stepmother, you already have a certain mindset that you don't even have with your dad or your mom. You're always thinking, like, I think you expect abuse and you expect more. You know, you can expect abuse too. Because the person is not
so
your
by the
father.
time you're getting in, you already
Yeah.
know this is going to be bad.
Yeah.
So
Like stepmothers.
Yes.
You know, stepmothers, we know.
Mama what?
Mama Wakambo.
Mama-
Si mama.
Baba what? What is that? What's the name of that song?
Kati ya mama Wakambo na baba Wakambo, nani
Nani
aliye
mbaya.
mbaya?
Yes.
It's most of the time it's the mothers. The women are very vicious, you know. So
Okay.
most of the time you find that we either go in with high expectations or we go in knowing we are going to suffer. So we fail to plan.
So it's
Okay.
good to limit your expectations.
Expectations.
That's the bottom line. Limit your expectations.
Okay, we are done.
Okay. Is that 1 hour?
Yes.
Okay.
So we
So
still want to say
next-
the Lord's Prayer.
Yes. So are we going to let them again choose the topic? Because this was not easy.
I think next week we should talk about money.
That's a good topic.
Yeah, let's talk about finances.
Finances. Next week we'll talk about mula,
Now
money,
that we're in crisis
chapa.
with COVID-19, finances is a big challenge. How couples plan their money,
We've been talking about
our children,
yes,
and money.
yeah. Even talking about now that you've been quarantined,
Yeah,
you have to spend so much time together.
yes.
Then I've seen just from the social media things going back and forth that it's really now becoming a strain to families. Where now you've been together for the last 4 or 5 weeks, which you've never used to that, and it's causing some strain to families. So
Yeah.
we'll talk about that or money, Giovanni. Okay.
You're talking about spending time together, like going on
Yes.
vacations.
People have been stuck together for too long. They're waiting for this COVID to end.
Baba Jackie is asking, limit what? Baba Jackie, I don't know what you meant. I just saw your comment. Abu naona too much or moja. What do you mean we limit?
What do you mean?
Stereotyping takes over and some stepmothers are good. Yeah, I mean, I think we all go in knowing that stepmothers are bad. And most people go in knowing that you know, step parents are not nice. So even if they are good, you really never get to see the good in them. I think we should talk about money because
Okay, I'll talk about money next week.
money is kind of like a big challenge. Yes,
Money is the root.
finance is a
to all
good
evil.
topic or evil, but you need it. You need it, and you need to manage it. And I think even lending money, we have to expand.
Yes.
And giving money,
Money,
lending, giving to your family and friends,
sharing,
borrowing, okay,
the same as lending.
not having savings. Abu, you know that savings, yeah, women's savings. A lot of
ile ya
people have
kando.
a lot of
Kwa
men-
shuka.
a lot of men have a problem when they know the woman is hiding some cash. You know, in our culture, you have to.
We know.
Uh,
I think it's just expected.
yeah.
Yeah.
No. It's part of the culture.
Part of the culture. Women will hide some.
But how
Us will
can they
show
know?
them everything we have.
Yeah. But how
But
can they?
there's one that you kuna ingine mtu anashikilia
Sasa wewe mwanaume kuna ule unashikilia,
Yeah.
lakini sasa
for
mama.
emergency, for COVID-19.
Yes, but don't we agree that even women need to have that safety net just in case chochote chaweza tokea?
That's true.
How about blended families with biological children who were left in Kenya and joined the parents when after the parents got other kids? Those are the children that are suffering.
Who's that? Okay.
Those children are suffering.
The
And
ones who are
those
coming in
children
after.
are not doing well. I am so sorry to tell you that. And I'm telling you from talking to a lot of parents that left the kids at home. When those kids
But
joined their other siblings here
also,
and the new husband and the new children, those children kind of feel neglected.
I think what she's saying.
No, she left the kids at home.
No, but I'm saying there's no new husband.
There is a new husband.
No. I think what they're saying is you have. We were in Kenya. We had kids. Then we left. We came here. Okay.
You're right.
Yeah, the kids are growing back in Kenya, and then we start new kids here. Okay.
Extra kids.
They're the same. They have the same mother and father.
Yeah.
But then now you bring them here.
Yeah.
To join the I don't know.
Those children are suffering.
But is that a blended family?
Yes, because they are like two families. You know, there is a stigma of Maju na Machini.
Technically.
Maju na Machini is a big problem. The children who are born here and the children who are born in Kenya. When those kids from Kenya get here, Abu, they suffer self-esteem issues. When you know that your mom is in America, your dad is in America, and then when you see pictures of children in America, the life they are living, the things they are doing, and you are there going through, I don't know who you are, I don't know.
But technically, I wouldn't call it a blended family. It's just blended because...
I think they suffer the same.
Yeah, I think it's because of that cultural difference. They're coming here, the other kids have been born here. But they're still the kids.
But do you understand the question?
Yes.
She said she got the question. You got the question right.
Yes.
It's children who are left in Kenya, then they came here and added 2 more.
Yes.
My friend, these kids who are born here, they think they are more special than the ones you left at home. The ones that come from home, when they get
they're already disciplined. The ones coming from home, they're humble. The ones coming from home, they're humble. Okay. They're what else can I say? They're much more.
Their self-esteem is low.
Naive.
Their self-esteem is low. Because their father and mother left them.
Some of them come.
They suffer. Let me tell her the truth.
Okay.
From my studies, those children, I feel like when they get here, they should get them counseling right away.
But also, listen, I don't agree that their self-esteem is low. Because when they were in Kenya, they used to say, my parents are in America.
There.
Yeah.
Until they come and meet the siblings here.
So I don't think their self-esteem is low. I think maybe when they get here...
They meet the siblings here.
And the other siblings might be looking at them like...
Not might be. What might be. They even look different. Those kids born there, and when they come and blend into the other kids here, they don't look the same. They don't feel the same. Let me tell you, Joy, those children are suffering. Believe me when I tell you. Me, personally, from talking to a lot of my friends, what I would do, because me, I believe in counseling and I believe in therapy.
Take them to, immediately they get here.
Yes. Don't look at it like, for the Africans, don't look at that thing as an American thing. The family therapist, the family counselor is like now me and you talking about our marriage because we have experienced it. Family therapists have gone to school and they have a way to give your children tips and guidance on how to blend these families together. Because these kids here look down upon those kids at home. That is a fact.
They'll be like, I have an American passport.
That's right. You understand? And you're right. There are kids that we were supporting at home. These kids tell people their parents are in America. They take some pride until they get here and then they get the other siblings. And sometimes it more feels like these kids here, born here, are being treated better than the other kids. Which sometimes is not the case,
Okay, so we agree with that. It's not easy.
Get the blending, get the family...
Get the what?
And talk different. They talk, she's saying. The kids to get traumatized because they don't know how to welcome Kenyan kids. They don't know. Joy, this is a very, very sensitive topic when children cannot blend. Kids from Kenya and kids
That's a good
here
point, Joy.
Is such a challenge. Or kids that were left in Kenya and they come to a new stepfather. Oh my God.
Okay,
or to a stepmother.
That's now the ideal blended family, and it's even worse because of the cultural differences. Okay.
Yeah, but Jack is saying stepchildren, blended family is when that's a traditional blended family where they don't share biological children. These other parents. These other children we left in Kenya is something we need to discuss on a different day. Where you left your kids home and you brought them here now years later, it's like you don't know them.
Well, they've grown without you. Okay, maybe if you make the trip, it's once a year.
One child told the mother that you neglected me. When she got here and saw the way the mother was living, you know, you're young. She says, you have all these big houses and you never brought me. This child did not understand about the green card process.
And how long it takes.
It takes. The children don't know that it takes petitioning, it takes this to bring them to America. And they resent you. In fact, some of them just cut the parents off. Because also
Pierre, most of the Africans, they're not open. They don't tell the kids. You need to tell them this is the process. It's gonna take 4 years, 5 years. You need this, you need that. If you don't, well, maybe if the child is young enough not to understand, then that's different. But if it's an older child, explain to them. So at least it's easier for them once they come here, they understand that's why I was left. If you don't say anything, they'll think you were just having fun. And they were in the village.
Joy, you've earned a t-shirt. Let me write Joy now. You know she's a serious follower.
Joy Brooks.
Joy, was your husband watching today? Let me write Joy. Joy, Penny, and Lillian didn't come today, and Penny, but they earned their t-shirts. Lillian, Penny Macharia, and Lillian Kaesa. The three of you have earned your... Don't argue with
Baba
me
Jackie.
t-shirt. Baba Jackie, no. Baba Jackie is just a new guest. He's never been to the show. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for coming. So next week we are going to talk about money.
Money, finance.
Very, very interesting. Yeah? Okay, guys.
We've
cheers.
done our 1 hour.
We didn't say the Lord's
Prayer.
Prayer.
We need to say the Lord's Prayer.
No. Hold on. Let me turn this thing off.
Which one?
The vent.
Oh, that was okay, so as you heard, guys, next week talking about finances, money. That's a big subject. Bring all your points. I don't even know if you need to do research or not, because money is everything.
Automatic. Okay.
Okay? So...
Oh, your husband was there, so okay, we'll see.
Was that Joy?
Joy's husband was watching.
Yeah, and I think she's the one who said we have to speak in English.
Yes, she's the reason we are speaking English today.
Yes, Joy. Now I remember her. Yeah. Okay.
So Joy's t-shirt is Mr. and Mrs.
Yeah. Once in a while we say a little Swahili.
No, but we are considering Mr. Brooks. Mr. Brooks, shout out to you.
We try as much as we can to keep it
in English,
using the Queen's language.
Yeah, let's say the Lord's Prayer. Okay. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Amen. Amen, guys.
You know one thing I forgot to tell them?
What?
They need to like and share
our page. The Facebook page.
Joy, all of you who tuned in today, go to our page, like, share, and share with your friends, and invite your friends. So next week we are going to talk about money, and come with those points. That's what I was sitting here waiting to look at the comments so I can.
I think we agreed today's topic was not an easy topic.
Yeah.
Yes, it was not easy. So.
Sam's Moranga watching from Qatar. Good, very good, Sam. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, guys.
Share, like our page. I've pinned it there. And let's meet next week.
Next week.
God bless you.
Bye.